Nominate your seventh housemates and give a reason for the nomination.
Seven is who's in the house? Seven is Groovy. That's true. I also think he has some strength outside too, so I want to see where that goes.
105. Really? Like, really, Brian? 105. And that was how Brian dashed all hopes of the level 2, winning this week's head of house. 105. I can't believe. Okay, so yes, the head of house games was tonight, and okay, guys, okay. You guys know I was really rooting for level 2. Like, I really wanted them to win. Oh. But no, they lost. Again. For the 5th time or 4th time. I don't know, but they lost. Again, for the 4th time, yes. And it's just so devastating. I don't know how to feel. I'm sad and worried and sad again. And pissed off at level 1. Okay, anyway. I am Bethy, and this is the Big Brother Naija show here on TAF TV, where I tell you everything happening in the ongoing Big Brother Naija Season 7 Level Up. So tonight, we're going to be talking about the Head of House games, which was tonight. So as usual, it was divided into 2 levels or stages, and the first stage had everybody play in it, and only the top 3 were to be selected for the next stage. But because, I don't know, maybe a lot of persons are good at puzzles, maybe this time around, the 3rd stage had 6 people at first, like 6 people made it. But of course, they had to drop a number of them to get the extra 3. So it was a puzzle, right? They were given 7 minutes to solve a jigsaw puzzle. And the fastest and the most accurate, as at the end of the 7 minutes, will, wave a red paper and whatever, they will be selected. So the first stage had Daniela, Brian, and Farm Savvy, that is from level 2, finish accurately by the time the, buzzer went off. And the level 1 had Hermes, again, Eloswag, and Diana. So because of that, Big Brother gave them an extra 1 minute to pick the top 3 again. So at the end of the 1 minute, oh yeah, and by the way, what's his name? Deji was disqualified because, well, Big Brother asked him to freeze and he did not. As usual, there must always be somebody breaking the rules. And he actually, his puzzle was almost complete though. Anyway, after the extra 1 minute, the finalists, like the top 3, were Eloswag, Hermes, and Brian. And, well, I was kind of worried, but I felt, okay, Brian might just, try, do something, work magic. And their task was there were local brooms, like our normal bamboo brooms, right? On each of the stools, and they were to count how many broomsticks were in that bunch under 2 minutes. And the person that guesses most accurately, either by counting or, whatever, by guessing, would be the head of house. They were given 2 minutes to count and get the answer. And of course, the ninjas had the correct answer already because they had already counted it earlier. Yeah, and that's where the 105 comes in. So you should know what a broomstick looks like, at least a healthy broomstick, which is probably a bunch of broom, not broomstick, which is probably not just newly acquired. You know what it looks like, right? There is no how that it would be 105 sticks. No how. But somehow, in Brian's head, he thought to guess 105. Anyway, maybe it was because, when he tried to untie his broom, it scattered everywhere, so he didn't get to have a visual. There's this thing that you could have a visual and guess, okay, this could be, but it was scattered everywhere, so it looked smaller. So I guess, but anyway, at the end of that level, that final stage, Hermes guessed 390. I think he did a thing where he multiplied 130 by 3 and got 390. And Eloswag as well guessed 390. But I guess Hermes, his answer wasn't quite clear. So Big Brother, of course, gave the head of house to Eloswag. And our dude, my dude, Brian, guessed 105. Yeah, that was how the level 2, all hope was dashed. And they proceeded to go to their rooms sad and gloomy. And I was just infuriated and pissed off. And I was like, how can you guess 105? How in heaven do you think that a bunch of room would consist of 105 sticks? How? Anyway, according to him, when he went into the house, he said he wanted to change his 1 to 4. And I was like, why didn't you do it? But he said he was scared that they might disqualify him, because the timer had already been up by that time. And of course, yes, I mean, it means that they are up for nomination for eviction again. This time around, I think it was quite tough for the level 1 housemates to decide whom they wanted to evict. They even had a kind of argument. They were kind of arguing amongst themselves who to evict and who to keep. But, I mean, Eloswags won the head of house, so it fell solely on his lap. His roommates, his housemates were just to suggest to him as usual. And they did their suggestions. And for some reason, they nominated Cheesy because they said that, Cheesy came to the house without having any prior communication with the level 1 housemates. And based on the information that was circulating in the level 2 house, he just totally decided to start beefing them. And they were like, he came and he carried the whole beef on his head. And they just didn't like him, so they had to nominate him. And they also nominated Daniela. Okay, let me go into the nominations proper, okay? Cheesy, Modella, Daniela, Kes, and Farm Savvy. Now, I already told you why they nominated Cheesy, because they just didn't like him. For Daniela, according to Eloswag, he felt that, well, her man is no longer here, so, he was kind of maybe doing her a favor. Maybe she would prefer to be out there than in here. And then for Modella, he said he didn't really have any strong reason for modeling her. Really? He didn't really have any strong reason for nominating her, but he just felt, he wanted to see her strength. The same he said for Kes as well. Okay, for Kes, he said that he feels that Kes is, kind of distracted because he's married and maybe he would rather want to be with his family or something like that. And for Farm Savvy, he said Farm Savvy was quite difficult for him because I think Farm Savvy was his roomie during the lockdown, so it was difficult for him, but he also wanted to, test his strength and all of that. But guess what? I'm thinking that because, Modella is a fake housemate and Cheesy is a rider, so Big Brother asked him to nominate extra 2 people. And of course he was surprised because he didn't know this. And when Big Brother asked him, you could see the look on his face. He was like, 6th. And then he went ahead to nominate Amaka. And he said, well, he felt that he wanted to see her strength. No real reason, right? Same thing. And then Big Brother asked for a 7th. And he was like, 7th. And he said, okay, it was going to be groovy again. So yeah, we have 7 people up for possible eviction this week by Sunday, but I do not think that Modella and Cheesy are going anywhere because they're riders and fake housemates respectively. But anyway, it was still annoying. Everything was annoying. I'm sad. I'm really sad for the level 1 housemates. They're probably gonna finish before anything touches the level 1. Because this is a kind of, as much as it's a game, it's also a game that plays on your mind and your morale. And the fact that they keep going, trust me, their morale is gonna keep dropping, and their numbers are dropping as well. And there is always strength in numbers. So imagine that actually 2 persons get to go. They will be left with a number of 7, 7. Competing against 14, that's twice the number. So if this is actually gonna work, I think maybe Big Brother might have to slash the level 1 housemates whilst they're playing against each other, because it would just be so unfair. They are twice the number if 2 persons get to go. I was really hoping that Big Brother was just gonna say, well, there will be no nominations this week, and I was like, waiting for him to say that, waiting for Ebuka to tell us, the viewers, that, okay, this is just going to be a fake eviction process or nomination process, that there's actually not going to be any, eviction or nomination this week. And I was like looking forward to hear that, but I did not hear anything like that. I don't know, guys. Well, this is where you get to do your best. Vote your faves, okay? If you do not want Amaka to leave, if you do not want Fina, okay, Fina is not up for eviction, luckily for her. If you don't want Groovy or Daniela or Farm Savvy to leave, well, who's the fifth person? Modella, right? And Cheesy, whatever. If you don't want them to leave, if you don't want your faves to leave, you have to go vote for them, okay? You cannot be standing them from afar and not doing anything to help them stay in the house. But really, I'm wondering, Big Brother, how do you intend for this to go? Because this is just going to keep being unfair to the level 2 housemates. Are they going to keep leaving like this? I don't think that even if they get to play another head of house games, I do not think they're going to win, because their numbers are dropping. And those guys are just feeling overconfident and bragging and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, that's it for tonight, okay? The eviction nomination process is complete, and we have to wait till Sunday to see who is going to go and who is going to stay. And you have to do your part by voting your faves, okay? I know you don't want them to leave, okay? Until I come your way again with hopefully good news, like better news, I don't know, some miracle or something, anything at all. Until that time, I am Bethy, and this is the Big Brother Naija show here on THAV TV. So, tell me what you think. Who are your faves? Who do you want to stay in the house? Leave comments, subscribe, and of course, click the notification button. So enjoy the rest of your night.